Pride in Athens County runs deep, especially among Athens County residents who have been involved in 4-H. For generations, Athens County 4-Hers have come together for learning, community, and friendship. With the goal of making the best better.
Started in 4-H when I was in the 3rd grade, and I showed dogs and horses for 10 years.
My memory, I had a girlfriend when I was probably 8 who was very involved in 4-H, and she got me involved too.
My older brother was. He's the one that got me started.
In the sewing club, and we would have meetings just like we do now.
Even by the time I had gotten to be old enough to be in 4-H, I had been there my whole life anyways.
Athens County 4-H has many ways of coming together, and one of those ways is through friendship.
I had such a wonderful experience. Some of my best memories were in 4-H.
The Athens County Fair was the highlight of the summer.
When Ann and I were at the fair, I was in the beef barn. That was the only project I had, and all my friends were as well. So we were kind of in one unit. We were always there. We just put all our show boxes together, and we just hung out there and got to do that all week long.
Seeing now that you guys get to do the same thing and enabling you to do the same thing, yeah, that's cool to see that passed along.
4-H meetings we came from a more rural area. 4-H meetings were usually at somebody's farm. There was always a hayloft and jumping into bales of hay involved, maybe some broken bones, things like that happened a lot. Good times, you know, you have your big 4-H meetings. I know they're in a 4-H club now that's really getting big, and they've got a chance to make, expand their friends. So I think some of the things we experienced, they're starting to experience too.
Fair weeks going on. It's just, my girlfriend and I was talking the other day, it's just like a little town springs up in the middle of town, And everybody comes, and you see people you don't see, the rest of the year, and it's just good.
It bridged these gaps between these schools. I had no reason to know anybody from Federal Hockey, and yet there's at least 5 or 10 of them that I met from there that I still consider good friends in Athens and Nelsonville. It bridged these gaps, and it brought all of us together.
I met some of my best friends in 4-H. Actually, a couple of my friends that were counselors with me are still hill supervisors. So I'm the educator who runs camp, but they get to run the guys' hill, and we have a great time going back to camp and reliving all of our camp counselor memories there.
And we get to see all our friends that we haven't seen for years on a daily basis, but these are people that we grew up with, went through years and years of 4-H, FFA. We see each other, and you just pick up where you left off. It's like you just got back from camp.
Although friends seem like family, it is not unusual for 4-Hers to have generations of their family history in 4-H.
I really wanted my girls to have that experience, whether, regardless of what project they took, but that, how much 4-H taught me, and I think it's a great teacher of responsibility.
Well, she just, at first I didn't want to do it because I was scared. Then she told me she just doesn't want me to miss out on it because she has so much fun doing it.
4-H is just about one of the most awesomest things that you can do. It teaches leadership, it teaches self-sufficiency, it teaches internal motivation. I was determined that when I got older, I would definitely make sure my kids were involved in some sort of 4-H.
Which is fun, and we get to do fun stuff, and it's important.
People don't have family reunions like they used to, but we go to the fair.
4-H is also very cool because it goes across generations. So you've got people who might have great-grandparents, grandparents, and parents who all did 4-H, and now their kids are starting.
One family in particular where the grandma is involved in 4-H as an advisor, and she's also involved with the fair and other responsibilities. Her kids were involved in 4-H, and now her grandkids are showing at the fair, and that's not an unusual story. It's just a rich part of our tradition.
Parents that had grown up in 4-H that made sure we kept it, kept a tradition alive, that this is what it means to be in 4-H.
Whether it be friends or family, Athens County 4-H has come together generation after generation. And by keeping this tradition alive, 4-H has strengthened Athens County as a whole.
We're the leadership of the Lord. I mean, paraphrasing may go from here, but it's the truth. We're exposing young people to life's lessons. That's the future of Athens County. That's it, man.
Well, my family's been in Athens County for 200 years, and we've been in 4-H for at least 80. So that, I think 4-H, like I said, it teaches citizenship. It teaches self-reliance. It teaches responsibility. All of which I would consider are really traits of Athens County.
Bringing people together from different parts of the county, people that go to federal hogging, how often do they meet and talk with people from Albany? And there's a lot of different experiences that 4-Hers can learn from.
Athens is a big university school, but people tend to forget that it's surrounded by a rural setting that really, these people have been here for generations and generations. They're the first families. So while people come and go from the university, the fair is the people that are Athens County.
It's really important to Athens County and to the type of people that we have here. We have a very proud base of individuals here who really think that this is an important, not only important activity because it's a club, but important activity because it helps build people who are also going to then pass this tradition on to their own children.